the price. So it's not has nothing to do with Canada. It's the region, or it's the province, or even more the city. Because if you go to Toronto versus Cornwall, I don't think you're gonna get the same price range in a house. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, all the people are living in Toronto because that's where the jobs are. They're not living in
exactly.
Cornwall because
Metropole.
that's the
But
jobs
that's not the
aren't
the government has
there.
nothing to do with that. So
Well, I don't know. It all depends. You can't. I pay so many taxes in Canada. I just can't believe it. You give half your
that
money.
we can agree on.
Oh God, you give half your income. You know, once you've paid the federal, and you've paid the provincial, and then you pay your city, and then all your. I couldn't believe it when I found out the sales tax was 15%. When and that adds up when you're buying a big item. You know, you go buy a car or even just a TV or something, and you see how much money you pay in tax, it just blows your mind.
Yeah, that I agree. It's not the most efficient government that exists, in my opinion.
Well, not only is it you don't get anything for the money you're given. You know,
You don't get free
you
health
guys,
care or anything in Canada?
it's not free. That's to me, that's all a big scam. I was in Canada for 10 years before I could get a family doctor, before I could even have a doctor.
Why?
Because it's socialism. It's all backed up. It's all fucked up. Because they got the idea. This sounds like a good idea to give it to everybody for free, and they charge you a lot of taxes for it, and then the health care is horrible. There's people that wait in the waiting room for in the emergency room for 24 hours before they're even seen in the emergency room.
Wow. And is that in all parts of Canada?
I don't know. It's that way in Quebec. I would think because it's federal. The health care's federal, and it's not free. You have to pay a little bit of something every time you go to the doctor.
Yeah.
You don't just go and it's all free. There's always some little charge. And it's the same with prescriptions and stuff. You're going to pay something. It's not free. And it's not, the worst thing about it is, it's less expensive. Okay, in the United States, I never paid for health care because I always had a good job. You know, if you've got a good job, your company is going to pay for your health care.
Right.
And if you're on welfare and you have no job, the government's going to pay for your health care. So it's the people in between, the people that are working at McDonald's, that don't have good health care in the United States, you know. And people will say to me, well, how do you expect a man to make a living to support his family on minimum wage working at McDonald's? And I say, I don't. Get some training, get a trade.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of jobs out there. You just need to get some training and get a better job.
Yeah.
You can't.
You're supposed to use those places for stepping stones.
Yeah, or your kids.
Yeah. But so many people today, they don't do it.
It's a weird way of thinking.
Do you think more people in Canada are supportive, like this upcoming election, supporting more for someone like Biden or Trump?
It's a mindset. Canada is very, very liberal.
Yeah.
It leans way to the left. Like if you were to say you were pro-life in Canada, you'd be looked at like you were a Martian, like you were some kind of alien.
Wow.
Like you were. If you said you were pro-life to most Canadians, it'd be like you're automatically labeled far right, almost like extremist. That's how far left it is. It's totally different from here. So the mindset is they have different political persuasions there. They call it a liberal party, which Trudeau is. And then they got the NDP or something like that. That's almost the same. And even the conservatives are liberal. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, for an example, a lot of conservatives here will just flat out say that they think the global warming or the climate change is all a hoax.
Yeah.
It's all just a way to get your tax money or something, you know. There'll be a lot of conservatives here that say something like that. The conservatives there would never say that. Yeah, the conservatives in Canada would never say that climate change isn't real. They'd be laughed out of Congress for saying that.
Wow.
In the Conservative Party. It's Big difference.